Hello there again, RosterWatch Nation. It's your friendly neighborhood trash man, back again with another Dynasty rankings update for this week. So we have three movers, and I guess unsurprisingly, and in the time of the year where we're adding a lot of players, these guys are all moving up. So let's go ahead and get started. First off with Derek Carr of the Raiders. It'll be his age 31 season. He's moving up from quarterback 21 to quarterback 19. Carr has rarely been of interest to me in fantasy, but he ended up a top 12 quarterback in fantasy last year. And more importantly, he's reuniting with his former college wide receiver, Devontae Adams, this season. Now, there's serious doubt as to whether Adams will approach the kind of numbers he did with Aaron Rodgers under center when he was in Green Bay, but there's no doubt that Adams is the best receiver that Carr has played with in his NFL career that I can think of at least. The rapport is already there, so Carr should come out of the gates firing to his new number one. Recently signed to a 3-year extension, Carr is sitting pretty at the helm of an improving Raiders squad. I like him as much as I've ever liked Derek Carr. So there you have it. After that, we have Anthony Firkser of the Falcons. It'll be his age 27 season. He's going up as well from tight end 34 to tight end 32. Firkser didn't do much in Tennessee during his tenure there, but no offensive skill player not named Henry Brown has had much to say for themselves over the last couple of seasons. Firkser gets a new lease on football life in Atlanta, where it's just fellow tight end Kyle Pitts and a handful of no-name receivers right now in the receiving core. It makes sense that the new quarterback, Marcus Mariota, will lean on his tight ends heavily in year one, so Firkser stands to benefit considerably. Even with Pitts ahead of him on the depth chart, unless Atlanta improves their wide receiver group drastically in the draft, Firkser could develop into a weekly streaming option. And speaking of weekly streaming options, let's talk about Underdog Fantasy. The NFL draft season is underway, and you can already draft in 2022 fantasy leagues on Underdog Fantasy to win cash prizes. Through their slick mobile app and user-friendly site, you can join a league and draft a team in just minutes. Plus, the folks at Underdog are going to help you get started with a deposit match of up to $100 and bonus cash when you sign up and make your first deposit with promo code ROSTER, roster. So just visit underdogfantasy.com, the App Store, or the Google Play Store. Sign up with the code ROSTER. That's in all caps. And Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code ROSTER. Lastly, on our Dynasty movers this week, we have Sammy Watkins of the Packers, now 829 season. He's moving up from being unranked to wide receiver 79. Watkins was just signed to a $4 million one-year deal by the Packers, who are currently in dire need of wide receiver help. There are a wide range of outcomes for the 29-year-old Watkins, who has played only one full season of football in his NFL career, one of which being the number one receiving option for Green Bay this season. That's a very possible outcome at this, juncture in the season. But Watkins now needs to be taken seriously in fantasy until otherwise noted, until they add some help there in the receiving core, and any better help, actually. It's just a one-year deal, though, so for Dynasty, his bump remains conservative. But, he could. I think if he can actually finish the season, I think it's a high risk, high reward situation for Sammy Watkins, because he's probably going to, rise in the Dynasty and other ranks prior to the season if they don't add any real help there at the wide receiver position. So yeah, we'll see. I like the looks of it, though. Anyway, there we have it. Your Dynasty rankings update for this week. It's been the Trash Man on behalf of RosterWatch.com. Until next time, be ready.